This comes as the polio virus was recently found in wastewater in 3 New York counties, including New York City. One case was detected in an unvaccinated New York City man, and health officials say that means the virus is most likely circulating under the radar. Now some people are trying to dig up their vaccination records to see if they are protected against polio here in California. The CDC says 95% of kindergartners were vaccinated against polio in the 2020 to 2021 school year. Join us live right now, UCSF infectious disease expert Dr. Peter Chin Hong. And Doctor, what should older adults do if they can't find their polio vaccination records from decades ago? Should they go get another shot to be safe?
That's a really tough situation, Ryan. Of course, I'll be all up for getting up to date on vaccines. I think there are a few tricks before that point. They can request records from schools, from kindergarten, from their pediatrician, if they can have access to that. And the state also has an immunization record website. So if you Google state immunization database, there is a listing by state, and you can sometimes find it like that. But at the end of the day, if you're not really sure, I think it's most vital to have the kids vaccinated. But if older adults want to get vaccinated and they're not sure, I'm all for that. We have plenty of polio vaccines. It's very routine to give that as childhood vaccines.
And as we're seeing those cases in New York and New York City, how likely is it that the polio virus will actually spread to California?
Well, I think the fact that you're seeing it in 4 geographic locations in 3 counties in New York, as well as in London and Israel, suggests that something is afoot. There's a ton of travel between New York and San Francisco and the Bay Area. Polio is asymptomatic in 90% of the people. It can be spread that way. So I think it's really a wake-up call. Even though there is high vaccination rates in kindergarten populations, it doesn't account for homeschoolers. Of course, California has one of the strictest rules with regards to immunization records prior to entry to schools. And of course, we are not really sure what is happening here. Of course, in New York, they're thinking that this is just the tip of the iceberg. The fact that all of these samples are genetically linked and they're in multiple locations now.
And doctor, what would you tell a patient who is concerned about getting infected? What would you advise them to do to protect themselves?
Well, I think for right now, we don't have to be alarmed in California. Again, from our records, we seem to have very high immunization rates. You need to have above 80%. And herd immunity is the thing with polio. To get herd immunity in polio, we're above 90%. But again, there are pockets in California that are low vaccination rates in general. And we saw that during the 2015 measles outbreak in Disneyland, where it spread like wildfire in some communities in California. So, right now, don't panic, be aware, and we all rely on each other to build up that wall of polio immunity. Have your kids vaccinated. Don't fall back. We've had the biggest setback in 30 years during the pandemic in terms of immunization rates.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Peter Chin Hong, always with some good information.